With each sun comes the hope of a new day to work towards deep regenerative change in ourselves, in our communities, and in our city. So what does a Green New Deal look like in my community? Truth be told, we can show you better than we can tell you. For thousands of years, before this land was called San Francisco, it was home to the Ramaytush Ohlone. It is important to recognize the Ohlone as the original indigenous caretakers of this land, as it is to recognize that all land was once indigenous land. As organizers, but most importantly as community members ourselves, we see and feel the need for these resources, which is why we organize for spaces like this one. This small community farm here in the Excelsior, called Hummingbird Farm, is a center for community knowledge and community events. It is a space in which we have reclaimed our indigenous identities, a space in which we steward and honor the history of this land, a space in which we practice the autonomy of growing our own food. It is a space in which we hold events for the community, by the community, in which we share art, music, dance, in which we share our histories and reconnect with the land in a cycle of reciprocity with Mother Earth.
As a mother, I know that the Green New Deal needs to invest in community-based solutions that are regenerative to sustain the future generations. Yay, you guys are feeding the trees.
And what does the Green New Deal look like for me? An investment in both educational and job skills in which we can use methods of catching carbon to create economic opportunities and restoration opportunities for the people in the area.
A Green New Deal in my community would take the form of safer streets. It would look like an equitable distribution of infrastructure resources in our communities. Safer streets would mean my community has the option to explore more regenerative and sustainable options of transportations, such as biking. Biking not only helps Mother Earth in that it reduces carbon emissions, but it also helps ourselves in that we get our exercise and we keep our health in check. Biking and the knowledge that comes with biking, being taught and learned in the community, not only brings our community closer, but it also builds community power, and it allows us a sense of autonomy in our lives and how we choose to get to places. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. As communities that have too often been overlooked and underfunded, we have found ways, people-powered solutions that work for us to take care of our community. A response to the pandemic was the mutual aid food distribution that occurs every week. We partner with local farms, shout out Alamany Farm, and to deliver groceries to about 100 families per week. And so we have always found ways to take care of our community and have the community care for the community. We have been doing this, we are doing this, and we will continue to do this, but right now is the time for our elected leaders to do the same.